Speed Racer the movie has got to be one of the most horribly underrated films that I have ever watched. It's no secret that thousands of people openly hate this movie, but that doesn't make it bad. It just means that some people don't like it. And I get the feeling that those who haven't even seen the movie just blindly agreed with them. So if someone's personal opinion was enough to make people hate this film, then maybe my opinion can change that. In 2008, the Wachowski siblings unveiled their fourth cinematic project, a big screen adaptation of the 1960s Japanese anime Speed Racer. There was also a video game tie-in released the same year, of which, as far as video games based on movies handle themselves, is actually pretty awesome. It's like Tony Hawk mixed with Mario Kart, and worth picking up. The movie itself, to be honest, is not as bad as many claim it to be. In fact, it doesn't really fall that far away from films that have come out after 2010. If you can sit through Pacific Rim and Guardians of the Galaxy without complaining or getting a headache, then you're ready for Speed Racer. As for the people who say that this film gave them a seizure or something, for the sake of your own health, you should not be watching any high-budget action movies at all. The only legitimate problems with the film that I can see are the quality of certain scenes with a green screen, some of the acting, and the whitewashing. I'm not gonna call Speed Racer a speed racist, because come on, everyone's made that joke. And there are ethnic characters that are given a lot of importance. But it's just that Speed Racer was a Japanese dude, and in the movie, he isn't played by one. It's like making a Dora the Explorer movie with a white actress. Even though this didn't really affect my experience with the film, if that's something that's gonna bother you, then yeah, it might not be worth your time. Aside from appearances, the Speed Racer movie stays pretty true to its source material. Certain plot elements and action scenes greatly resemble the original series, almost to the point where the film is basically the entire show on a greater level. There are a lot of flashbacks, but it's a lot better than having to explain things all the time. When there is exposition, it's with a character that knows as much as the audience, so it doesn't feel forced or too obvious. Having flashbacks avoids exposition completely. It makes use of the rule to show, don't tell, and it establishes the characters to a greater effect. We see the relationship and the impact that Rex Racer had on his little brother Speed, which is relevant because in the present day, Speed is racing against the ghost of his older brother's record time. The event gets the attention of a corporate CEO, who offers to sponsor the Racer family business if Speed signs on with him. However, Speed Racer declines, saying that
it isn't just a sport, it's like a religion.
Of course, the CEO laughs in his face, and decides to teach him a lesson about real racing by screwing over the Racer family. In retaliation, Speed Racer teams up with fellow drivers Racer X and Teijo Tokokan to try and change racing for the better. Over the course of the film, the main character's view of the world around him is challenged. His role models and his motives are taken away from him, as if the movie is working around a specific question. Why is Speed Racer a speed racer? While watching Speed Racer the movie, I think I realized what the film was trying to say. Speed wasn't born a good race car driver. It wasn't something he was already talented at. Racing was just something that he loved. I think that's what really matters. What defines you, what makes you talented, is your passion. You choose something, you practice it, You keep doing it, you become good at it because you love it. And people will see that. They'll support you, they'll help you, because you make it look like it's the greatest thing on the planet. Passion is what determines everything. Not money, not fame, or the number of fans you have. The first step to success is to do what you love and love what you do. Speed Racer the movie is not as deep as a Christopher Nolan film, but it has more substance than your average Michael Bay flick. And even those can be fun to watch every once in a while. Of course, I have my own criticisms that I've mentioned, and I can understand why people would be annoyed by the little kid and the villain characters. And the green screen. It gets pretty bad sometimes. Maybe it does look like someone spilled a paint catalog all over the film reels, but who cares? I think it looks cool. Same goes for the cinematography. It's refreshing. It's trying something new. This movie took risks to create a stylistic design, and I think it achieved just that. Style. I love this movie. I loved it as soon as I first saw it, and I still do. But don't take my word for it. All I'm trying to do is balance out whatever preconceived notions there are for this film so you can have a more unbiased experience. People should decide for themselves what they think is good or bad. And maybe, just maybe, they'll find something to be passionate about.
You don't climb into a T-180 to be a driver. You do it because you're driven.